So today we're going to talk about crucial conversations at what the heck is happening in HR. For our podcast disclaimer, please visit the episode description. Thanks for listening to What the Heck is Happening in HR. And today we're going to talk about some of those crucial or critical conversations that we avoid. Whether it's at home or it's work, we just don't want to have them. We avoid the person, we avoid the meetings, we avoid the phone calls, we look at the email because that's safe. We don't look at the text because they might be expecting a reply. So we sort of ghost the whole thing and hope it just goes away. So let me give you just a few tips. It doesn't go away. Have the conversation. So I'll give you some examples as we go through here. So let's say somebody owed you some work and they didn't give it to you. They didn't give it to you in time. They didn't say anything about it. You do want to wonder, were you clear that it was needed? Did you say what was needed? Did you have a conversation directly with them as to what was needed? But let's say you're the person who was supposed to provide it, and you figured it was needed, but now you're just avoiding them. So have a conversation with them. Hey, I bet you're waiting for this particular project, and I did it. I wasn't happy with it. I set it aside. I got busy on something else, and I'm sorry I've let you down with it, but tell me I can still get this to you. Will it still be of value to you? That person will be so happy you took accountability for it. They will be so happy that you are having the conversation because they know. Now, if you're on the other side of that, quit carrying the baggage of going, why aren't they returning my calls? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? It's because you've taught them to treat you that way. The last time they owed you something, they didn't give it to you, and you didn't bother asking. So if it wasn't important enough for you to ask about, they figured it wasn't important enough to actually do. So instead, you need to have that conversation. Have it in a timely manner. Don't let the time go by and just wait for the next one. Just call them up, get it over with, and be able to say, hey, I need that. And can you give me a real date as to when it's going to happen? Be specific as to what you need. If you don't need the whole project or you don't need them to come to the whole meeting, or maybe they can't make a meeting that you always have in the morning, ask them, what's stopping you from coming to the meeting? Or would it be easier for you if I broke this project up into 3 pieces? Feedback is so critical in the conversations. It needs to be specific and it needs to be timely and it needs to be factual. Use some I statements in there. I thought I conveyed it. I may have not. So let me be clear. Accept some of the responsibility if they have not performed. As supervisor, as coworker, that's a way to help them. Doesn't mean everyone's getting a trophy and I have to suck it up. It's not about your pride. It's not about your ego. What is it you want done? You want the work done. So what can you do to facilitate getting that work done? How can you influence sideways, up and down to get the work done? So that's what you want to do. Have the conversation sooner rather than later and be specific. We're going to be very specific. Our new podcasts drop on Monday mornings, and so we'd love for you to subscribe on your favorite platform. Thanks for listening to What the Heck is Happening in HR.